Enculturation in the Catholic Church, as encouraged by the Vatican II document, is meant to infuse culture into the Catholic traditional mode of worship in order to bring the gospel closer to all peoples. An example of this is the Zumutamata, an all-women group in northern Nigeria, who bring in a lot of African rhythm and drama to the liturgical celebrations.
Zumutamata Katolika is basically a women organization where every Catholic woman in the north is supposed to belong to, and our aim basically is to evangelize to our rural areas. Basically, in most areas in the cities, they use English, and Zumutamata is there to take them to the rural areas where they don't understand English. We come in to use Hausa to speak to them about Christ and what the Catholic Church is all about.
The Zumutamata originated from a desire on the part of the Christian women, Catholic women, who saw the need to come together as women to promote the gospel values, to promote Christian family life, and they wanted a situation whereby they will be able to carry everybody along. Language is an issue here, and for them, using Hausa as a language of communication was to make it easier for them to spread this good message, uniting families, bringing them together, and helping to improve the liturgical celebrations in the church.
The Zumutamata have helped a lot, especially in enculturation, as you've just said. Because when the Igbo people came, we were using violin and pianos, but they introduced the use of our local instruments, all these local tambourines and the rest of them. And they've really touched the lives of many. And with the dialect, the language they speak, they really touched the life of many people who didn't understand what the church was all about or is all about. So they have tried tremendously to lift up the liturgy in our own way of our culture.
Zumutamata, by its name, Zumutamata means fellowship of Catholic women, Zumutamata. Their basic work was to carry our rural women along because of the language. When CWO came up, our rural women could not fit in. And then this idea of what are we going to do with our own women? So that's okay, why not they should bring a similar, to this same organization, but just so that they can have a say in the local language. And before you knew it, they became very, very strong in the north. They are very, very strong in the north, stronger than the Zumunta, than the CWO. And they have been doing a lot of work in the northern dioceses, especially when you go to a place like Sokoto. They are a group that are not really literate, but they are well organized in such a way that simple. There's a lot of accountability in them.
I came from a home where I grew up to find my mother in that group, and she has assumed leadership at different levels, even to the diocesan cadre. So I would leverage on those experiences and say the little that I could say, also given my experiences with them. First and foremost, the collection of women within the Zumutamata organization is so unique because it takes on board practically women of different categories, irrespective of learning and class. So you find almost the most lonely of the women in the north belonging to this group, even the unlettered ones, those who have never been to school. And growing up too, I found Zumutamata to be a group that sang in the church, and they still do sing in the church, with a lot of meaningful songs. They try as much as possible to concretize the message of the gospel in their songs with a lot of practical examples. And that is so unique to them and to them alone. And I remember growing up and seeing my mom, sometimes she would go and get one small cross, or they will carry some things to practicalize their singing. And I say, what's this now? She'll say, it's for action. You know? So when you see them moving with their body and showing, you know, maybe they are saying cross, Gichie in Hausa, they will now show their cross, you know. So they try to bring the gospel home to their own particular context, given language and culture, so that it becomes more meaningful to them more than ever. And following from there too, we also have this great strength I find in them, which is not always seen out there, mentoring. They have a kind of a structure that allows the older women to mentor the younger women that come into the group. So by and large, I think that group has done creditably well, given its long stay in the church from 1968 when it began, from available history.
Because of the nature of the Catholic Church, the Mass, we have sections, penetration sections, and we have sections where we need to be very vibrant, and there are areas that need to be solemn. We have decided to put them in a section, those vibrant areas. That is the offertory section. And what we do is that during the Mass, the conventional choir begins the Mass and takes it along, and at that offertory time, the Zumutamata takes over.
The relationship between Zumutamata and the choir has been so wonderful, because as we all know, that the choir normally sing all the parts of Mass. So what we normally do is that we arrange with them so that we take the offertory we take the offertory. And this is why we take the offertory, is because our songs go with action. So we don't want to attract people's attention when homilies are going on, but during offertory, where people are going out to offer their gifts to the Lord, at least they have interest, they can watch us, we demonstrate, we act. And then, in fact, in some parishes, when you go to our interior villages, sometimes the Zumutamata to sing even parts of Mass, because we sing parts of Mass too, but where we have a standard choir, we always want to allow our youth to take parts of Mass so that we go in to sing the offertory.
The Zumutamatas, their song is actually very vibrant and very rhythmic in nature. Africans are known for the rhythmic essence in their beats, and it's heart-throbbing, and this is exactly what the things we derive from these songs when they are being performed. You can't help it but nod your head or tap your feet or even shake at the point. So that is African music for you. You can't listen to African music and be decent. So, and for our liturgy, because we are very dynamic too, we try to bring in enculturation into our Mass, and the Zumutamata, we believe, have actually done this for us.
Apart from song renditions in the liturgy, the Zumutamata group also are involved in other activities.
We are involved in also sponsoring of seminarians. We visit seminarians in fact, often. Like in this Abuja province, for instance, every year we visit our seminary, and then in our parishes where we are, it is of course our duty, at least quarterly, to see that where Zumutamata is, you visit your priest, you help him. Even if you don't have money, you go there and sweep. Try to keep the environment clean. Any assistance you know you can do. Then we are also involved in cleaning the church. Every time we clean the church from time to time.
This noble cultural virtue of the Zumutamata Katolika-Fellowship of Catholic women has been adopted by women of the diverse ethnic groups in the church in Nigeria.